You're good to go.
Hi everyone, my name is Ellie Youngblood.
I'm Jack.
I'm Claire White.
I'm Brianna.
And we are presenting on Sufi Whirling. So what is Sufi Whirling? Sufi Whirling is a spiritual dance where dervishes spin in circles to connect with their God. Dervishes specifically are members of a Muslim religious order. Not any specific one, but just Muslims in general. The historical context of this dance, its origins started in Turkey in the 13th century. It started with the teachings of a poet called Rumi. He taught people to love and to connect with God. It was practiced by the Levite order, and they were also known as the Whirling dervishes. Its purpose is a spiritual dance that is meant to help people go beyond and feel closer to the divine, feel closer to their God. It represents a journey towards unity with God, towards being one. Its history, it faced restrictions in the early 1900s when Turkey became more secular, and it was banned at first, and then it was brought back during the 1950s as a part of Turkey's cultural heritage. It changed from a private ritual to a public cultural symbol. Important figures are Rumi and Sultan Walid. Rumi inspired the whirling practice through his teachings, kind of as we already mentioned. He was a poet who helped found this thing. And Sultan Walid is Rumi's son, and he officially established the Levite order to preserve whirling, which his dad founded. Its cultural impact reflects the value of spirituality and connection in Turkish culture. It shows how Turkey balanced religion with modern cultural identity, and it is now performed both as a religious ritual and celebrated art worldwide. This is a quick video to just kind of show us what this dance looks like. Can y'all hear that? So it's just a quick video to kind of show us what it looks like. As the name suggests, there's just kind of a lot of whirling that goes on. This is a quote from a guy named Ali bin Said. And he says, "The music takes you on a journey through times and places that you do not know, and helps you to discover them, discover your soul, and provides you with a revelation of your own. It has a way of leading you to virtue and love, and away from hatred and discrimination. Sufi music is an art that transports you to the world of the spirit. It is a conversation with the soul and the mind because it distances the listener from the material music that is presented now." I thought this quote was a really beautiful way to kind of summarize the beauty behind Sufi whirling. I also wanted to share an article from History Today that is called "Whirling Dervishes." This isn't a quote, but just kind of a summary of the entire article. The Whirling Dervishes, part of the Levite order founded by Rumi, practice Sima, a meditative dance symbolizing spiritual ascension and connection to the divine. The ritual includes unique movements and gestures, such as shedding cloaks to to signify detachment from the material world and raising hands to receive and share God's grace. Each dancer expresses individuality through their style, while the samazon maintains harmony during the performance, reflecting a balance between community and personal spirituality. Although the Levite order faced suppression under a Tetrarch, I don't know if that's how you say it, a Tetrarch, due to fears of political influence, they experienced a small revival later, showcasing a rich blending of spiritual traditions influenced by early Christianity and other mystical practices.
Okay. Cultural significance of Sufi whirling, also known as whirling of dervishes, is a traditional dance that is central to the Sufi branch of Islam, and it has cultural and spiritual significance. The dance symbolizes the soul's journey to God, and dervishes movements represents their search for spiritual enlightenment. Sorry about that. Often dancers are seen as cultural and religious role models and expected to live up to high standards. So we have a short video that shows the dance basically. And then these men are mentors walking around. The clothing has symbolic meanings in this dance. For example, the tall brown hat, as you can see on the picture on the right side, represents the tombstone of the body, and the long white skirt represents the clarity of their minds. The Sufism emphasizes on self-reflection, mindfulness, and spiritual growth. Sufi dance can help individuals find meaning, purpose, and inner peace in a rapidly changing world. I have another video that shows the instruments played on Sufi whirling.
So Free People has their own brand. It's called We the Free. So I just wanted to show you a couple of the outfits.
This is called Kanun, K-A-N-U-N. instruments also on the right side.
So I did the cross-cultural comparison, and what I did was liturgical dances, and these could include contemporary praise dance, worship dancing, praise break, and prophetic dances, which pretty much are the Sufi lyrics. It's similar because they both show their dedication and their worship to their God. The techniques are different. Sufi Whirling, they channel their energy from the sky, which is the upward-facing palm, and as they spin, they channel it and then they put it back into the earth, which is the downward-facing hand. So for liturgical dances, it's mainly your whole body's used, your arms, your hands, your feet, everything else. So you can use your voice, of course, the shouting and the clapping is seen a lot. Waving your arms, stomping your feet, they're also considered praise. Many other praise and worship dances are commonly seen in Black Southern Baptist churches. A lot of children and teenage girls do this, but as I'm going to show later, there's a lot of older people that do this dance as well. There's no specific reason for it. You can use it for Christmas, for Easter, but some people incorporate it in their everyday worship service or every Sunday worship service. And here's the video that I found. So as you can see, there's no specific way to show your worship to God. Clearly, that's probably not choreographed. And there's no way to say, oh, you can praise God this way, or you have to do it this way. And the way they use it in praise dancing, it's however you want to give your praise and worship to God. So another thing that I found similar with the clothing, as Jack explained, they have the tall felt hats, which represents the tombstones of the dancers' egos, the long white robes, which are the burial shrouds of their egos, the black cape, which is the dirt of the grave, and it's removed before they start, and the matching jacket, which is that kind of, but it's the Islamic law. And then for praise dances, as you've seen, they normally wear white, and they wear the praise pants that go under. You don't normally have to wear them, but it just depends on how long your dress is, because it's used to convey a message but not attract unwanted attention. So there's no right or wrong way. It's just, you're not supposed to be seen, you're just supposed to be seen as giving your glory to God.
Okay, I'll be talking about the present day influence of Sufi whirling. Modern technology has had a profound impact on the evolution and dissemination through global media, which basically just gives Sufi whirling exposure to the rest of the world, which wouldn't have happened without technology. Sufi groups also offer online workshops to learn and practice. Right there is a image from the Les Arts Church website where they offer online classes via Zoom, which is about $136 USD. So if anyone wants to learn, you can look at their website. And culture exchange is also a huge one, as Sufi whirling has begun to fuse with other dance forms. Sufi whirling, as I said, is fusing with other dance forms. The whirling motion has begun to be incorporated in many contemporary dances nowadays. This is used to express themes of spirituality and unity. An example is the 2018 production, Written in the Water. It was fused together with this dance style, which I will not try to pronounce, and it has Sufi inspired music, which shows a spiritual connection between both dance forms. So now so this song is actually a more inspired by the Sufi whirling spirituality while having another dance form. Okay. Next, Sufi whirling has been in many culture festivals that highlights this dance form. This conveys its influence of cross-culture dialogue and collaborations between Sufi dancers and performers from different backgrounds. The World Culture Festival that's in Washington, D.C. highlighted the Sufi whirling dance form. This dance that I'm about to show is called With Love from Pakistan. And this is fused with another dance
over
form.
YouTube banning ad blockers, like, chill guys, just use Pi. It's a free Chrome extension that's actually made by one of the founders of Honey, and it basically
Do some more dancing along with this next performance as we travel to the heart of Pakistan.
And leading this experience will be the
They were glorifying the deed, recognizing the sin.
So you can see how big the audience is that gives so much exposure to Sufi whirling through these dance festivals. And the way they fused it here was instead of the long white skirts that are in the other ones, they used these arm props to symbolize the skirts while fusing it with a different culture. And so, sorry, this is really loud. And it basically, as Brianna was saying, it's the shrine of ego, the shrine of their ego, which basically means rebirth and they're closer to God. So basically those two religions fused together to do this, and then they used the arm props to show the connection between the both of them. Okay, and then of course with the modern world, there's always going to be loss and gains in their culture. So some of the gains have been cultural awareness, global engagement and support, community building, and educational. Some of the loss, however, which is a cultural appropriation, commercialism, and misrepresentation. And then, but there's still ways to honor Sufi whirling traditions in the modern world through education and workshops, like I discussed in my first slide. There's also cross-cultural dialogues, which will be done at different dance festivals around the world, and culture preservation, which basically just goes along with learning more about the culture and not abusing the knowledge that you learn. And here are our citations. Thank y'all.